Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is preseason football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we'll see the comeback player of the year, Andrew Luck, and the Indianapolis Colts as they match up with Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the action coming up on Sunday. But for now, it's Thursday Night Football. And on the call, as always, it's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
From the home of the Bills since 1973, there's a look at the newly named New Era Field just outside of Buffalo, New York. A few moments ago, to the delight of this Buffalo crowd, it was the Bills racing out of the tunnel as they get set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. Hello, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at the Bills entering play here, and I don't think from what we saw down on the field before the game there's any doubt they're ready to roll.
They pass the eye test, don't they? This team looks fired up and ready to play.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet, and both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
The Bills' Stephen Hauschka's got this one teed up, and off we go from New Era Field. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Andrew Luck now ready to lead this Colts offense. Comeback player of the year in 2018, and for good reason. Remember, he missed the entirety of the previous season in 2017, but he rebounded to throw 39 touchdown passes and lead the Colts to a playoff berth. This is Marlon Mack, third-year running back. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. But that battle, that was won right up front.
And we're used to seeing those battles right up front, but we're used to seeing a lot of defensive tackles or more run stuffers and just play the spot where they are. How about these dancing bears we see nowadays that win the battle and then go upfield looking for runners?
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, Luck. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. And we look now at the offense for Indianapolis.
Brian Kelly's a great example of how valuable centers have become in the NFL. A former first-round pick, he was plugged in immediately to be a starter to handle big nose tackles as well as blitzing linebackers, and also able to move and get out into the run game and get to the second and third level and deliver blocks.
Back to throw, Luck. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
But it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. The All-Pro Andre Roberts deep for Buffalo. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here are the Bills now getting ready to go on offense for the first time. Bringing them out, the second-year quarterback from Wyoming, Josh Allen. And after the 2018 draft, what everybody knew was that Allen had great arm strength. But what folks discovered in his rookie season is how good of a runner he is. He finished second only to Lamar Jackson in rushing by a quarterback with 631 yards total and had an NFL record 3-game stretch where he was over 95 yards. LaShawn McCoy, the 31-year-old running back, his first carry. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. McCoy, 5th season with the Bills after those 6 in Philadelphia. And remember, he had 4 or 5 years as a 1,000-yard rusher, but then last season really dipped down, just above 500 yards, only 3 touchdowns. Of course, watch the age as well. They did turn 31 back in July. And they'll keep it on the ground with McCoy. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively. No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Allen hands off to McCoy and down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Now let's take a look here at the Bills' offense. An offensive line play is not something that comes to mind readily, but it's always a big key in a ball game. And already these guys, they're getting it done up front, as we've seen this rushing attack have some early success. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Big stop, let's go!
And now they'll throw with Allen. And that'll be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zay Jones that time. And it'll bring up 3rd down. And now a look at the defense for the Colts. Linebacker Anthony Walker's a fun guy to talk about. A 5th-round pick in 2017 out of Northwestern. A terrific run stopper. Excellent tackler. Makes a lot of plays in the backfield for losses. And has emerged as one of the team leaders on defense. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. From the gun, it's Allen. And able to find John Brown. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 16. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far. And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it. I didn't offer mine. You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
50. Round 80! Mike, 58, right there.
Allen going to leave it on the draw for McCoy. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will. On 2nd down and 4. Allen to the goal line, but it's incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. And that'll make it 3rd down. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Come on.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And that's intercepted. It's Darius Leonard, the 2018 Defensive Rookie of the Year. But no doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. They'll start on the ground with Mack. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. On first down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. And we take a look at the Bills' defense.
I think Lorenzo Alexander is the ultimate chameleon in the NFL. Has reshaped his body to play different positions. Fullback, defensive tackle, defensive end, outside linebacker, special teamer. He's done it all, and now he's reaping the benefits. Fully entrenched as an outside linebacker in the NFL.
Check out. 5, 6, 5. 49. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
From the 41, Luck. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, able to break that one up.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
And now out come the Bills. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. And they'll get him down up past the 15. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. And they'll keep on the ground with McCoy. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Let him go by a little too easily there.
Well, that's what we saw in film, isn't it? His head goes down oftentimes when he goes to punch, when he's trying to block. And when you do that, you can't see your target. He went right past him and made the play.
On 2nd and 12, Allen. And that's complete to Brown. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Brown signed with the Bills in March. Last year he was in Baltimore, 4 seasons in Arizona prior to that, but they're hoping that Brown can add a lot of speed to this offense, which he should. Last year in Baltimore, 715 yards and 5 touchdowns. Allen from the gun on third down. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a pickup of 17 on that one, and a Bills first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. McCoy. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Allen's throw is complete. 16 yards there, and the Bills have the first down. Allen now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Now a first down carry here for McCoy. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
From the 39, Allen, and he finds Tyler Kroft. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row, I'm going to stay confident and keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Tight end's right. Hey.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that is incomplete here. Darius Leonard, the linebacker, able to break that one up.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Starting the drive with a give to Mack. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Josh Allen leads the offense out for their next possession. And he had to be pleased at the start of the last drive. The offense was moving, but certainly not pleased at the end result, an interception.
And every team we ever talk to at some point in the conversation, the coach, player, someone talks about, we've got to finish. We've got to finish off drives, finish off the game. There's an example there of not finishing, doing everything right, but not getting the result that you need.
They'll start on the ground with McCoy. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. The running game fully in sync, 1-11 on that play.
And sometimes it comes from the offensive coordinator, understanding what he thinks the defense is going to do and dialing up the perfect play. Sometimes the quarterback, though, can look at the defense, realize he needs to change it to a run, and that gets it done in a big way as well.
Round 80! And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Now a man closing in on 15,000 career rush yards, Frank Gore. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Brings up second and 8 at the Colts 39-yard line. 58! Mike, 58, right there. Here we go.
From the 39, Allen. He'll set up the screen to McCoy. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after one. The Bills on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
We got 4.
First toss of the game here for the backup Barkley. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Justin Houston making his presence felt there in the backfield. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Now Brissett, the backup, his first throw. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run with Hines. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
From the 45 on second down, Brissett. Campbell making the catch. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 36.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Hines. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
The Colts with a first red zone opportunity of the ball game. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Now it's Hines. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
On 2nd and 9, Brissett. And it's caught.
Come on now, let's go.
The catch, deservedly so, is going to get a lot of credit, but even more so because there's a defender there ready to make a play.
Yeah, just flat out muscled on that one. They'll try to run with Hines. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Tight end to the right, boy, tight end to the right. Move. Hey, go down.
Brissett toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave him with a long 4th and goal. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
Vinatieri, the NFL's oldest active player, also the league's all-time leading scorer, past Morton Anderson last year.
Yeah, he turned 46 in December of 2018. He really can't see it in his leg, maybe in the beard.
You can see it in the beard.
Maybe in the beard, that's about it. But as long as he's booting him the way he's booting him, keep going, big guy.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Robert Foster and the rest of the offense about set to go here. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well, and they're really excited that he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. A running play on first down will get 4 up to the 29. Tyquan Lewis makes the stop.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. There defensively was Matthias Farley to knock it away.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Now Barkley. Man open, that's Robert Foster complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Here we go. Set. 50. Plant. Check. 55 to Mike. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. Right on.
On first down, it's Gore. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Temple, Rakia Sin. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, you're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
that. Toe bashed it.
Super tough.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Watch tight. Tight ends right. Everyone's got 4 down.
From the gun, here's Brissett. That's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Brissett now 5 of 6, very accurate since taking over, and he's got his guys a first down. Here's Hines. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Brissett, catch made here by Campbell. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 26. First down. It's Hines. Defensively, Harrison Phillips there to stop him.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
That's complete to his receiver, Kane. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another first down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Here we go. Get the flag. Tie it left, tie it left. Even. 4 down, even.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
When you're this close to the goal line, you've got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
That is right. 4 down. Check.
On the delay, here's Hines. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And after the made field goal, here's Adam Vinatieri to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown one interception. He wants to balance that off with at least one touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Here's Gore. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
Here's Barkley. His throw incomplete. Robert Foster, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 5.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. The Bills send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It'll be a 48-yard punt, 5 there on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
And they've had success, at least so far, here in the 2nd quarter. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. He was looking for Jack Doyle that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Hey, we got 4 down, 4 down.
Brissett sets to throw it. Taken in by the tight end Doyle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this 1st half. Brissett now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. He's got Jack Doyle. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up.
They'll throw again. Brissett. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. On 1st and 10, Brissett. This will be caught by Brown. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. It is back to football for 22 teams here on this Thursday night, minus the Broncos and Falcons who played last week. And we want to remind you that we are now 28 days away from the opener of the 100th season of NFL football, the Packers and the Bears at Soldier Field. In our game, the defenses look to be ready for the regular season. Maybe not the offenses just yet, but still a half to go as we get you back out to Brandon Godden.
Set to kick off.
Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6.
That's it. Big hit. Got it.
Alert 16. Alert 16. Single, single.
Get it.
Off play action. Barkley. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Kamoko Toure.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down.
Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
Deep grip. Deep grip.
From the gun, Barkley. Open man, here's Foster. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the first down. This quarterback now just 2 out of 6 since coming on, but he's got a 1st and 10. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is T.J. Yeldon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now T.J. Yeldon, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Barkley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
They'll run on first down. Gore. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Down.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 18.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you
think.
mean by that, Burt?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety, being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done. The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner, and with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. The veteran Frank Gore stands alone in the backfield on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Barkley looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. This defense continues to be good on 3rd down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this? Let's try to get it in the end zone.
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Why should 4th down be any different? You might want to go ahead and kick the field goal and see if you can figure out something else as this game moves on.
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Now after the made field goal, Hauschka back out onto the field to kick it away.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the 2nd half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Even. 4 down. Even.
They begin the drive with Hines. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
4 down. Check.
Out of the gun, Preseason. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Zach Pascal, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. This defense tried to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Fielded just inside the 30. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. They're on to the second half now down in Miami. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Matt Ryan, a single touchdown pass to this point in that one. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll start on the ground with Gore. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Off the play fake. Barkley, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's what I'm talking about.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Let's go.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Operating from the gun. Barkley. Got an open man. It's Foster. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Let's go, boys. Bring it in.
And the Colts getting ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 4 down.
This is Hines. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis 1st down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
On 1st down, Hines. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. That was shades of Tennessee volunteer football back in the 80s with Charles Davis coming up from the secondary to make the tackle for a loss.
You mean my teammates doing that, right? Because they would tell you, my coach would say, where's that tape? I want to see that. But how about the complete package there? Not just playing the pass, but being a willing tackler and making a really nice play.
On 2nd and 12, Brissett. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Ready?
They'll try and start the drive here with Gore. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A gain there of 21 yards. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. And here's carry number 10 for Frank Gore. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
Ready? Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 50-yard line.
Single.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're...
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Quincy Wilson with the INT. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Well, when both guys went up for the ball, I just thought, who's going to come down with it? I didn't think he'd come down with it and then take it all the way for a touchdown.
That's battling, isn't it? Because normally, if both guys go up for it and come down with it, the tie goes to the offense. The defensive player didn't want it to be a tie at all. He wanted a little bit more, took it, and went the other direction.
So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports.
The oar.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Barkley. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Quincy Wilson with the INT. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? So they take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again, but on offense they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right, and you just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Hines, and they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there, and I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back.
And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Paris Campbell there to make the grab. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
I think it's easy to say mission accomplished on that drive. The goal was to increase the lead. They did exactly that.
Vinatieri now to tack on the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They're going to get 9 here on first down as he gets this one up to the 34-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On 2nd and a yard, Barkley. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gore. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Tell you what, you need the tough yards. You can still turn to the 36-year-old Frank Gore, now in his 15th season in the league. 10 in San Francisco, the 3 in Indy, quick stop in Miami, and now in Buffalo, and still making it happen. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Man left, man left. Hey. We got 3, 3 down.
Now Gore. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
From the 44, Barkley. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Vinatieri now for the point after. And the lead is now 24. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that, because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here.
Three down.
Now a delayed give to Gore. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Tight end right. 4 down. Check.
2nd and 5. They go with a screen to Gore. And some room to run now. 33 yards that time. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Three down.
A shotgun handoff now to Yeldon. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
90, Wolf.
Right. He's tied right here. He's tied on the right. Hey, 4 down.
2nd and 5 now. Barkley. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all. And it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
4 down. Alert.
Snap.
Following the penalty, it's Gore. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
Hit it.
On 2nd and 9, Barkley to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Hey, we got 4.
Get it.
To throw on 3rd down, Barkley. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Andre Roberts there to make the grab. And the Bills get a bit closer. The Bills offense staying out there as they'll line up and go for 2.
Let him know.
From the gun, Barkley under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
That's what I'm talking about. Sacks all day, baby.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And the Colts coming out now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
53 at the mark. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
They'll start on the ground with Hines. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On second down now, it's Wilkins, and he'll work this one up to about the 38. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd-and-1 situation. They run again with Wilkins, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There's absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bills will take over at their own 20. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Got it.
Let's go. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 3 down. Hey, check. 3 to go.
Now another carry here tonight for Gore. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Tight right. 4 down.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now a draw play for Gore. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
From the 44, Barkley. He's got Gore. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 25-yard line.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Set 18 Gator.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
On first down, Gore. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action, but other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. First and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run for it with Yeldon. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had...
And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Lee Smith there to make the grab. And the Bills cut into that lead.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set, and racing going 3 wide is a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. Stephen Hauschka for the point after. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, 4 in a game.
Yeah, about 4 in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along.
They'll run on first down. Hines. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. The Colts on third down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. Here it's 3rd and 2. They run with Wilkins. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On first down, Gore. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Whistles now in a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Watch 16, watch 16. You can't block me.
On 2nd and inches, Barkley. Roberts has it. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
Ready up.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
We got 4.
Big dribble.
And this carry number 20 for Frank Gore. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
On the ready.
41's the mic. Check 41. Watch the screen.
They go.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Barkley. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. In on the sack, the former Buckeye, Tyquan Lewis. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Here we go. Set. 10 Lobo.
We got tight left. Even. 4 down. Even.
Let's go.
Operating from the gun, Barkley. He's got Smith here. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the 1st. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Ready.
On 4th down, Barkley. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Nate Hairston, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. The Colts in victory formation now as they take the knee.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
Double tight, guys. Double tight. Hey, we got 3 down.
Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. Well, partner, it's just preseason, but it always feels good to be in victory formation, taking the knee for the W.
Yeah, I've often thought to myself when I watch these preseason games, Some teams need the wins more than others. You know, if you're established and you're used to winning, not quite the same. But if you're trying to learn how to win, it's important to get it done. And to be able to kneel down at the end, even better.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles.